When most people picture a casino, they think of flashing lights, ringing slot machines, and rows of card tables. But standing quietly in the background is one of the most misunderstood roles on the casino floor, the bouncer. Often mistaken for generic security, casino bouncers are a specialized layer of staff whose presence shapes the safety, flow, and atmosphere of the entire property. Long before modern casinos existed, gambling houses relied on physical enforcers to keep games fair and patrons in line. In 18th and 19th century Europe, gambling rooms employed large, intimidating men not just to remove troublemakers, but to deter cheating, theft, and unpaid debts. These early bouncers weren't subtle, and their authority came from reputation as much as size. As gambling moved from backroom saloons into regulated casinos, especially in places like Monte Carlo and later Las Vegas, the role of the bouncer evolved. Casinos needed a visible authority figure, someone who could intervene quickly without disrupting the illusion of glamour and excitement. This is where the modern casino bouncer was born, part peacekeeper, part deterrent, part customer service professional. Unlike nightclub bouncers, casino bouncers are trained to avoid confrontation whenever possible. Their goal isn't to throw people out, it's to keep games running smoothly. A loud argument at a blackjack table isn't just annoying, it costs the casino money. Bouncers exist to quietly diffuse situations before they escalate. One of the most important things for players to understand is that bouncers are always observing, even when they don't look like they are. Their body language is relaxed by design. Standing casually, leaning against walls, or chatting with staff allows them to blend into the environment while still scanning for signs of trouble. Casino bouncers are trained to spot behavioral changes, not just bad behavior. Slurred speech, aggressive betting jumps, sudden emotional swings, or repeated arguments with dealers can all trigger increased attention. From a player's perspective, this means that how you behave matters just as much as what you do. Alcohol plays a massive role in why bouncers exist in the first place. Casinos serve free drinks because it keeps players seated longer, but intoxicated players are unpredictable. Bouncers act as the final safeguard when alcohol starts turning entertainment into liability. It's also important to understand that bouncers don't act alone. Every move they make is usually coordinated with surveillance, pit bosses, and floor supervisors. By the time a bouncer approaches a player, it's rarely a spontaneous decision. It's often the result of multiple staff agreeing that intervention is necessary. One common myth is that bouncers only deal with violent situations. In reality, most of their work involves minor issues: calming frustrated players, escorting someone to a quieter area, or resolving disputes before they spill onto the floor. Physical removals are rare and avoided whenever possible. From a player education standpoint, knowing how to interact with bouncers can save you from unnecessary trouble. The single biggest mistake players make is arguing with authority. Bouncers aren't there to debate game outcomes, payouts, or rules. If they ask you to step aside, it's not a punishment, it's a chance to reset the situation before it gets worse. If this is helping you so far, take a second to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Keep watching, because what's coming up next is a key piece of information that a lot of players miss. Another critical thing players should understand is that casino property rights are absolute. You don't need to break the law to be removed. Being disruptive, intoxicated, or refusing staff instructions is enough. Bouncers enforce casino policy, not criminal law, and those policies are designed to protect the house first. Professional gamblers and experienced players often know this and adjust their behavior accordingly. They remain calm, respectful, and cooperative even when frustrated. This alone dramatically reduces negative interactions with security. Bouncers are also trained to identify cheating attempts, not necessarily the mechanics of cheating, but the behavior around it. Nervous movements, defensive reactions, or refusing to comply with simple requests can escalate suspicion quickly. calm compliance often ends scrutiny faster than resistance. In modern casinos, the role of the bouncer has expanded alongside technology. Facial recognition alerts, AI-driven behavior analysis, and real-time surveillance feeds all support bouncer decisions. What looks like intuition is often reinforced by data players never see. This creates an interesting psychological effect. Players may feel singled out or targeted, when in reality they've simply crossed a predefined threshold. Understanding this helps players avoid taking interactions personally. For tourists and first-time casino visitors, bouncers can actually be allies. They're often the first to help lost guests, manage crowded areas, or quietly assist someone who's overwhelmed. The key is approaching them respectfully and clearly. There's also a business side to their presence. Casinos want guests to feel safe. The visible presence of trained security reassures players that disputes will be handled fairly and quickly. This trust keeps people playing longer and returning more often. Behind the scenes, bouncers receive training in de-escalation, legal boundaries, and customer psychology. Many are taught to use calm tone and body positioning to control situations without touching anyone. Physical force is a last resort because it creates liability and damages the casino's image. For players trying to protect their bankroll, one subtle lesson is this. When bouncers get involved, it's often because emotional play has gone too far. Seeing security nearby can be a sign it's time to take a break, cash out, or step away for the night. Casinos didn't run with the idea of bouncers by accident. They refined the role to support profitability. A calm floor makes more money than a chaotic one. Bouncers are part of that invisible structure keeping the machine running. As casinos grow larger and more complex, bouncers act as the human bridge between guests and systems. They translate policy into action, rules into presence, and authority into calm control. Understanding their role doesn't make casinos less magical, it makes them more predictable. And in gambling, predictability is power. So the next time you see a quiet figure standing near the pit or watching the crowd, remember, they're not there to ruin anyone's night. They're there to make sure the game continues for everyone. And knowing how they think, how they operate, and why they exist gives players yet another edge, not over the casino, but over unnecessary mistakes. And that wraps up today's video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and tells YouTube this is content worth sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another strategy breakdown, game walkthrough, or insider tip. We've got tons of guides coming your way, and you'll want to be here when they drop. And hey, tell me in the comments what you want to see next. Whether it's roulette strategies, blackjack tips, slot myths, virtual casino breakdowns, whatever you're curious about, let me know. Your ideas shape what we create. Before you go, if you're serious about leveling up your casino knowledge, you have to check out the Ultimate Casino Guide. I put everything I've learned into one massive, easy-to-read resource designed to make you a smarter, more confident, more prepared player. If you've ever wondered which games actually give you the best odds, how do pros manage their bankroll so they don't blow it all in an hour, what tricks casinos use, both physical and digital, to influence your decisions, how to avoid the biggest money traps beginners fall into, then the Ultimate Casino Guide will change the way you play forever. It covers psychology, probability, strategy charts, real-world case studies, VR and online casino risks, loyalty program hacks, literally everything you need to walk into any casino and know exactly what you're doing. The link is right here on the end card. Click it and start transforming the way you play. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, play smart, and I'll see you in the next video.